Hi, I'm Alex Carter. My goal for this demo is to save you some time whenever you're working with SSH. This video is designed for students at the University of Michigan, so I'll be using our CAEN servers for demonstration purposes, but all the concepts in this video could be applied to any situation where you're using SSH. This video is assuming that you have a basic working understanding of SSH, for instance from EECS 280 or 281. As a quick refresher, SSH is used to connect to a remote terminal environment. You might use it from the command line by entering the SSH command and giving it input formatted like username and the @ sign followed by the hostname. If you've tried this yourself for a previous class, you might have noticed that I didn't have to log in with my Umich credentials or validate with Duo. And what let me do that was that I have set up a persistent connection in my SSH config. So that brings me to my first tip for how to save time when working with SSH. And that is to set up a nice SSH config. All that is a file, usually located by default at ~/.ssh/config on most platforms as shown on screen, which provides settings for your SSH connections, just like the name would suggest. In this example, the SSH file is based on the recommendations from the core staff of EECS 201. I've already demonstrated how convenient it is to skip logging in each time, but I want to show you some other nice features. One is the ability to alias a connection or give it a shorter name, and another one I'll be demonstrating is the ability to target a specific physical CAEN computer. Now I can just type CAEN, and it'll still know the full details of where I want to connect. Let's say I really want to work on CAEN computer 1. I can specify it like this. And just to make sure, I want to prove that I actually got the computer I really wanted. The next trick I want to showcase is how to work with SSH in a GUI-based environment. So I'll be showing how to edit files over an SSH connection using Visual Studio Code. The first step will be to install Microsoft's SSH extension. To do so, go to the Extensions tab, search for Remote SSH, and go ahead and install the extension. Once that's installed, go to the Remote Connections tab and click plus to add a new connection. Type your SSH target, in our case, CAEN. If prompted, select your SSH config of choice, and when everything's ready, you can hit connect. Then you can open a whole new VS Code tab, which is entirely SSH based. The first time you establish a connection, you will still have to log in. Now you can browse and edit files just like you would normally do locally. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. I hope this can make your life a little easier the next time you're working over SSH.